What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and on today's episode we are going to be helping another Avalanche viewer diagnose their vehicle. But today I actually have one of my friends joining me from all the way from New Jersey. He's not here in Florida with me, but he took some time out of his day to film a response to my viewer all the way from Jersey. So Craig, I just want to say thank you for doing that. Thank you for taking some time out of your day. I really appreciate that. I know everyone's time is valuable, so I appreciate you, big dog. Thank you for that, and look forward to seeing what you have to say. Now, before we jump right into what Craig has to say, let us look at the email that was sent to me by our viewer named John. Good morning, Ryan. I saw your videos and I figured you know quite a bit about the Avalanche model. I recently got a 2002 with 300,000 plus miles. Jeez. I got it for free and it's part of the Truck Legends Club or something. My concern is that yesterday as I went to get a few things from the store, it started to act up. I came to a stoplight and when I started to accelerate, it started to struggle to do so. Since I've had it, it's the first time that it's done that. I pulled into a fairly quiet street and made my way into the parking lot of one of the local schools. I pressed on the gas pedal and it didn't want to respond. I decided to try to make my way back home, hoping that nothing else would get worse. After driving it around for 5 minutes, it slowly started to respond a little. I turned my AC off and continued my trip back to the apartment. I was finally able to get back to normal speed, and when I was close to the apartment, I turned my AC back on. I was the only one on the road, so I gave it a good run and I was able to get it about 50. Then continued home and it seemed to be running okay, but I knew it still wasn't where she needed to be. I was able to park it and it was not idling well. I turned it off, went in, did some research, and came back out and started it up again. This time it started but then died. It does start, but like I said, it then turns off after about 10 seconds. My guess is that it can be a clogged fuel filter. Clogged fuel filter. And then again, I'm not a mechanic, so I figured I would pick your brain if possible. Please let me know if you need any further information. Thanks. I look forward from hearing you, John. John, thank you for sending that email. Now, I read the email and I skimmed through it, but I didn't see the part where you said that it actually shut off. That definitely indicates a bad fuel filter. Also, it could be a dying fuel pump. But let us jump right in and see what my boy Craig has to say about it.
Thanks for having me on the channel. So you sent me an 02 Avalanche. We're having a fuel issue and or back pressure issue from what I've read up on. So for starters, I recommend removing the fuel filter. Now, this is a 02, which it still has a inline fuel filter, opposed to the new body styles where there is no fuel filter. Everything is built into the tank along with the fuel pump itself. So since it's an 02, I'd recommend removing that fuel filter. Now you have an arrow in the fuel filter, basically telling you which way the fuel is routed. Now when you take that fuel filter off, I would recommend you to actually blow into the fuel filter to see if you actually have a good stream of fuel coming out of the fuel filter. If you don't have a good stream, that's usually telling you that the fuel filter is clogged. Also, when you blow through it, you also want to keep track of what comes out of it. You want to see if there's dirt, if there's any gunk, any type of garbage. That stuff all plays a factor. Now, also, if you don't want to do that first, if you want to check for fuel pressure at the rail, you can actually check at your rail on your truck. If I believe it's supposed to be 55 to 65 psi, key on, engine off. When removing the fuel filter, I'd recommend buying two. I say two just because you may put a new one in, the truck will probably run great and then it'll act back up. That is because of the gunk and all the garbage that is inside the tank. Now, especially with the age of the truck and the mileage on the truck, if I remember correct, the truck had about 300,000 plus on it, which it's a Chevy, it runs forever, but that's also telling me that the truck has age on it and the tank itself over time builds up garbage, builds up dirt, from people that previously had the vehicle, You know, they go to no-name gas stations. You know, you really want to go to like a Sunoco or a BP, something with high-grade fuel. Also, after replacing the fuel filter, I recommend dumping at least 1 or 2 bottles of fuel treatment in it. The fuel treatment is actually to help the flow and actually break up whatever garbage you have in it, and it also helps out your injectors just in case we do have an injector issue. But I don't want to send you the wrong way. I don't want to tell you drop the tank. You know, I don't want to tell you replace the fuel pump. I don't want to do any of that. Let's start with the preliminaries. Let's check the fuel filter first. Let's check fuel pressure as well. You know, if we got good fuel pressure, even with a bad fuel filter, you still very possible are able to have good fuel pressure just because of the stuff that is left in the line in front of the fuel filter. Other than that, I don't want to lead you in the wrong way, like I said once before. So I would start with everything that I had recommended right now. If you have any questions, if this doesn't help you, please contact us. We'll get back on it and we'll try to shoot you the right way. Right now, we're just starting with preliminaries. That's the first thing that you always want to start with. You don't always want to jump the gun and say it's a bigger problem, because people jump the gun, they put parts in cars, it doesn't fix it, and then they turn around and they find out that it was actually something very small or something very simple. This is why preliminaries are always the best thing and the number one thing to check for. I hope this helped you guys out, and I appreciate you having me on the channel. Once again, if you need any other help or have any further questions, please contact Ryan or contact me. We'll be more than happy to help you. Hope everything works out for you.
Craig, I just want to say thank you, man, for joining the channel real quick, jumping in, giving us some advice. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day, dude. I really do appreciate it. It's awesome to know that I have friends like you out there to help me whenever I need it. And guys, if you know you have specific questions or you need help with something GM related or pretty much any kind of car related, because he's a smart guy as well, I'm gonna link Craig's Instagram on the description below, in the description below for you guys, and I'll post it somewhere above my head here so y'all can visit him and DM him. I did ask him if it's okay if you guys could reach out to him and stuff, and he did tell me yes. So you have another guy to get some, you know, info from. But what Craig was saying is 100% true. You know, definitely check these things, fuel filter, so on and so forth. John, what you were saying about the fuel pump, fuel filter, I believe you're correct as well, because the fact that it started and died, that can indicate that. But basically, Craig kind of answered everything right there. There's nothing for me to input. I agree with him, and I agree with you too, John. So I hope this helped you. Please keep us up to date with what's going on. Let us know, because I definitely love to follow up with all my viewers and make sure that, you know, things worked out in the way that they needed it to. But let us know so we can potentially help others on this channel figure out their problems as well, especially problems related to this. So thanks again, John, for you coming onto this channel and sending me that email. And Craig, thank you again, dude, for taking the time out of your day. I understand everyone's time is valuable, and I understand that's time that you'll never get back in your life. And the fact that you take out that time from your day to help me, it's something that I appreciate so much. And John, for you to take the time out of your day to reach out to me on email, I appreciate that so much as well. For all of you guys who take the time out of your day to comment on my channel, watch my videos, and like my videos, I honestly appreciate all of that, because I genuinely understand that your time is valuable, and that's time that you're never going to get back in your life. And for you to give me that time, I appreciate it. So, you know, thank you all from the bottom of my heart. And I hope you guys all learned something valuable from this episode. If you all have any questions, like I said, you can DM Craig, or you can leave a comment in the comment section below. Make sure you hit that like button on the video, as well as hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to this channel. So y'all have a good night. Thank you all for watching, and see you soon. Peace.